Hi, I'm Will McCoy and welcome to Ragnar Trail. Thanks for choosing to be a part of Ragnar. It's a fantastic event with your friends, full of camping, the Ragnar Village, entertainment, sponsor activations, food trucks and more. And there's the small matter of circa 200 kilometres of trail running too. This video is designed to help you stay safe and know everything there is to know while you Ragnar this weekend. So please give us your attention just for a bit and we'll have you on your way in no time. Every Ragnar trail race location is different, including the layout of Ragnar Village and the placement of the transition tent and race HQ. Make sure you familiarise yourself with the layout of this Ragnar Village, particularly making a mental note of the location of the medical area in case you need assistance during the weekend. The first thing that you're going to do after watching this video is think about how great it was and then check in at race headquarters. Only the team captain needs to check in on behalf of the team. Here you'll pick up your race bib and other essentials for your team, and to help with the check-in process, it's very helpful for us if you know your team number when you check in. This greatly helps in the arrival process and it keeps the lines moving. Now that you're all checked in, you're going to want to set up your campsite. Statistics have shown that up to 50% or as many as half of all Ragnarians don't like setting up the campsite. So if you've drawn the short straw and been handed the setup duties by your, let's be frank, less than helpful teammates, please be sure to keep your campsite set up to a 10 metre by 10 metre area. Also, make sure that you're not setting up in any of the marked walkways or course. That'll be a bad night's sleep. Importantly, there are no campfires anywhere in the camping area. The only fire allowed is the official campsite fire in the Ragnar Village. Sustainability is very important to us here at Ragnar Trail. You'll notice around the village we have recycling bins, compost bins and trash bins. Make sure you know their location so that you can use them. For each campsite, we'll provide you with a clear bag for general waste and a blue bag for recyclables. Please set these up in an easy to access area of your campsite and use each bag accordingly. At the end of the event, you can place these bags in the appropriate large bins. Ragnar is a chip-timed race, and on the backside of your race bib is a microchip. All runners in your team must wear the race bib when out on the course. Importantly, you're only provided with one race bib per team. Once you've completed your loop, you'll hand over the race bib to the next runner in your team. Make sure that you don't take your race bib off until you enter the transition tent. If you get to the end of your loop and your next runner is not there waiting for you, give your bib to the volunteers or Ragnar team members in the transition area and we'll hold it there so that when your next runner does eventually show up, we'll know exactly where the bib is at. We'll be sure as well to let them know that they were late and give them the hurry up on your behalf. For many reasons, safety being the most important amongst them, please make sure your race number is always visible when you're on the course. Your bib needs to be front and centre and outside of all clothing, and this will ensure that our timing system works as designed. At Ragnar Trail, there are 3 loops that start and end at the village, specifically at the transition tent. Only one runner at a time from your team is running on the course. Each team has been assigned a start time. Please make sure you're at the starting line 15 minutes or so prior to that start time to get any last minute safety notes for that particular course. Your first runner will be given a green slap bracelet for the green loop that they'll be running soon. Once your team's race is underway, the progression of the race for Ragnar Trail is like a traffic light from the bottom to the top. Your first runner is going to run on the green loop, your second runner on the yellow, your third on the red. That brings us back to the bottom of the traffic light and you'll progress again. Green, yellow, red, green, yellow, red, green, yellow, red, green, yellow, red, all the way to the 24th loop and you're done. On your team's final loop, all of your team members can join together before the finish line to run through the finish arch as triumphant Ragnarians. So that you don't forget where you are and what you're doing, it happens to the best of us, each runner is given a green, yellow or red slap band, how 80s, that corresponds to the loop that you're running. This also helps our volunteers and Ragnar team know what loop you're on. In transition, volunteers and Ragnar team members will take the slap bracelet from the incoming runner and give a slap bracelet to the runner that's about to head out on course. Each loop is marked with small 6-inch signs that are staked into the ground, with corresponding colours and shapes for each of the loops. For the green loop, it's a green circle. For the yellow loop, it's a yellow square, and for the red loop, it's a red diamond. I can hear your mind ticking over now. Well, I can't really, it's a saying, but how do I know when I need to be in transition for my loop? That's the big question. We've thought of everything though here at Ragnar. Approximately 400 metres from the end of each loop, your runner out on the course will pass over a timing mat, which sends a signal to the television screens located near the transition area. Once they've crossed over the timing mat, you'll see your team name on the screen and you will know that it's time to get ready for your next runner to enter transition. If your runner is taking longer than expected, remember that trail running, well, it takes a little longer than road running, and your teammate might not be exactly cracking out the 4-minute Ks on their final loop, which is a bit soft. However, if you are concerned that your runner is taking significantly longer than expected, let one of our Ragnar team members know, and we'll take the appropriate steps to get to the bottom of it and attend to the team member if needed. When you're out on the course, make sure to run only on the designated trails. Don't cut any switchbacks or cut the course. If you need to pass a runner in front of you, wait until the trail is wide enough to do so and be courteous to your fellow runner, of course, by calling out that you're passing. Sure, let them know that you are running way faster than them, but do it with a smile. Following the leave no trace principles on the trail, we take nothing but photos and we leave nothing but footprints and a little bit of sweat. So when you're out on the trails, please don't litter. Any water stations in the village and on the course are cupless to help discourage littering, so please carry with you a water bottle or hydration pack to be able to fill up at those water stops or in the Ragnar village. When you're running at night, so much fun. The coloured course markers will illuminate brightly when the light from your headlamp shines on them. Also, we've placed green, yellow and red LEDs on them to further mark the trail. All runners running at night must wear a headlamp. Any runner beginning a loop less than 2 hours before sundown must also start the loop with a headlamp. We don't want you to get caught out there in the dark. We know that running to music is fun, and we allow runners to listen to music on course. This can be via your phone, your iPod or any music playing device. What we do ask is that if you are listening to music, that it's not so loud that you can't hear your fellow runners talking to you or hear important instructions from the volunteers or course marshals. As much as I know you want to blast Bieber, Barnsey or Beyonce or all of them at 100 decibels, you just have to control yourself. We also encourage all runners to carry a mobile phone with you on course. Among other important things, this is so you can take selfies of yourself for the gram and to let everyone else sitting at home on the couch know just how much better you are than them. That's why we're here. If your phone doubles as a music player, even better. On a serious note, make sure you do have the phone numbers of all your team members stored in your phone. The primary reason for carrying your phone on course, apart from Instagram, is that if you get in trouble or come across an injured runner on course, you can call a teammate back in the Ragnar village and ask them to relay the information to a Ragnar team member at Race HQ. If you are relaying information regarding an injured runner, the more informed you can be, the better, especially on location on course. Note that the course has kilometre markers and evac signs. These are great reference points. When providing information about an injured runner, be sure to get a name, a bib number and the nature of the injury information to pass on. And of course, in the event of a life-threatening emergency, call 000 first. If you personally get injured while you're out there running on the trail, you have 3 options. Your first option, if the injury is minor, is to continue walking along the loop back to the transition tent. If you are less than halfway through the loop, your second option is to turn around and walk backwards along the loop to the transition tent. Your third option, particularly if the injury is a little more serious, is to take a seat where you're at, call your teammate on your phone as mentioned, and seek assistance from one of your fellow runners or a Ragnar team member out on course. Notice that none of the options are to leave the trail and wander through the woods. Please stay on the marked trail at all times. If you need to be evacuated from the course, the Ragnar team will attend to you and get you safely back to the medical tent. If for some reason you lose your bearings and you realise that you are lost, the best bet is to backtrack until you see a Ragnar trail sign. Typically on that backtrack, you'll see a wrong way sign that you missed, and shortly after that, you join up with the original Ragnar trail loop signs. Some of the trails we use for our courses have other uses and may have some existing venue or other course signs in place. Make sure that you only follow the Ragnar signage on course. It will be obvious since that's what, well, you're here for this weekend. Caution signs are placed at locations which you should slow down and exercise care at. These aren't just there for the fun of it, so if you see one of these signs, please slow down and take it easy. It's for your own benefit and safety. Back at the race village, there's lots of fun to be had, and the village comes alive at night with a campfire and live entertainment. Make sure that you get a couple of s'mores into you around the campfire. You'll soon understand why they're called s'mores. So good. If you do happen to enjoy a couple of cold ones during the event at Ragnar Village, we ask that you do so responsibly. Drinking alcohol during the event can lead to dehydration, so please take it easy. And one final tip from all of us here at Ragnar is to give it up for all of the volunteers on course. Make sure you give them a high five, a thank you and a smile when you see them on course and in transition. They do an amazing job. Thanks for watching. Remember to be kind to your fellow runners, smile, take in everything that the event has to offer, and have a great weekend with us here at RagnarAustralia.